Welcome to Spooked Nation. You may have heard about the Bermuda Triangle at least once. It has been given many nicknames, like the Den of Satan, or the Devil's Triangle, and much more, all because of its mysterious nature. So here are the 5 horror stories about the Bermuda Triangle that will send shivers down your spine. But before hopping in, make sure to press that subscribe button so you can keep in touch with more grim stories. Number 1. Mary Celeste. The region presents off the southeastern coast in the U.S. is known as the sinecure of unresolved mysteries. It is located in the Atlantic Ocean between Puerto Rico, Florida, and Bermuda. One of the mysteries is the story of Mary Celeste. On December 4th, 1872, a U.S. commercial brigantine was discovered drifting and abandoned in the Atlantic Ocean off the Azores Isles. This vessel is a tale in itself, maybe one of the most enigmatic shipwreck incidents. Despite being discovered floating in another area in the Atlantic, it has been linked to the Devil's Triangle, which was used to solve the riddle of its destiny. The ship was discovered adrift with everything in its place, except for its crew members. There were 7 crew members on board the ship, as well as Captain Benjamin and his lady with their daughter, who was merely 2 years old at that time. However, when Dei Grazia, a nearby Briton ship, discovered a haunted ship under half sail in the Atlantic close to the Azores Islands, the ship was unattended and there was not a single sign of crew, and the lifeboat was already gone. Strangely, 9 of the storage barrels were emptied, and there was a dagger pierced on the deck. Since then, not even a single person has been found from that boat. There was no possibility of a pirate plundering, because everything in that ship was in place. The alcohol barrels and all the valuable goodies were laying there untouched. Many theories have been made for the sudden disappearance of the crew. Some of the popular ones are alien attacks, criminal plans, and even an attack from the Kraken, which is a giant squid in folklore. There were also possibilities of a natural phenomenon. Many thought the disaster was caused by an undersea quake, while few believed that the ship accidentally went into the Bermuda Triangle. However, no matter how compelling these ideas appear to be, they just don't make any sense. After all, why a trained and experienced crew would leave their vessel on a beautiful day with their ship perfectly unharmed, only to never return? The Mary Celeste book inspired 2 highly received radio shows written by L. DuPeach and Tim Healy in the 1930s, as well the 1949's theatrical adaptation of Peach's play. Many books have been written, with the bulk of them offering rational explanations rather than imaginative ones. Number 2. USS Cyclops. The missing of one of the Navy's biggest fuel tankers, which is known as USS Cyclops, is one of the worst losses of all time in the history of America. The USS Cyclops was the second of 4 Proteus-class fuel ships for the United States Navy in the years preceding World War I. She was the second U.S. Navy vessel to be named after the Cyclops, a race of Greek mythological titans. In March 1918, this massive ship set sail from Brazil to Baltimore via Bermuda, carrying 10,800 tons of manganese ore and 309 crew members. Starting off on a positive note, the ship's very first communication was flawless. The ship, on the other hand, has never been seen or heard from again. A comprehensive check of the area was carried out, but nothing was uncovered. There has never been any sign of the spacecraft or any of its crew members. The commander of the USS Cyclops never sent out a distress signal, and no one on board responded to radio communications from other boats in the vicinity. Despite a range of theories, Navy officials were unable to pinpoint a particular explanation for the ship's absence. Cyclops' strange vanishing adds to the list of more than 100 ships and airplanes that have shampooed in the Devil's Triangle under controversial circumstances. Number 3. Ellen Austin. It is a scary mystery tied to Ellen Austin, an American white oak schooner. The 210-foot-long Ellen Austin was sailing from England to America in 1881 when she discovered an abandoned vessel in the Bermuda Triangle, except for the missing crew. The unknown ship was drifting just north of the Sargasso Sea, and everything looked to be fine. The captain of the Ellen Austin, Captain Baker, ordered that the ship be monitored for 2 days to confirm that it wasn't a snare trap. Just after 2 days of zero response from the ship, the captain and his crew entered the abandoned vessel, discovering only goods with no evidence of the crew. To bring Ellen Austin back, the captain boarded the ship and sailed away with the prize crew. After 2 days of traveling on calm waters, a storm diverted the two ships' paths and the abandoned ship vanished. According to stories, Captain Baker's lookout could see the ship via his spyglass days after the storm, only to find it floating aimlessly far away again. Ellen Austin was ultimately able to seal the gap to the vessel after hours of struggle. Surprisingly, no one was on the deck. According to another version of the story, Baker made a second effort to bring her back to land, but met the same end as Ellen Austin before leaving the cursed ship. According to some stories, the shipwreck was discovered more once, albeit with a different crew than Ellen Austin's prize crew. The story of the ship's disappearance, reappearance, and absence of the prize crew is fascinating. It's more of a Bermuda Triangle mystery, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere for a while. And nor does the request for subscribing to our YouTube channel. So move your fingers and tap that red button